When it comes to animals, things aren't always what they seem. There are creatures that look like the devil created them himself, but are as harmless as fluff balls. But there are then these 10 animals. Number 1 is often used to describe cowards, but makes a surprising appearance on this list. Stay tuned to find out why. With all that said and done, let's begin, shall we? Number 5. Squirrels. No matter what people say, I personally think that squirrels are adorable, as well as my sister-in-law. Though they're considered pets in some parts of the world, you'd be hard-pressed to find someone who hates squirrels. That is, unless you ask one of the thousands of people they attack every year. Yes, squirrel attacks are not only a fact, they're a really major thing that's a cause of a lot of trouble for a whole bunch of people we're glad aren't us. For example, in Bennington, Vermont, locals were asked to be very careful when walking home because of an angry squirrel that was attacking people for no apparent reason. In Orange County, a 3-year-old was sent to the hospital by yet another rogue squirrel, and over in Russia, a gang of squirrels reportedly bit a dog to death. If that act doesn't qualify a squirrel as dangerous, then I don't know what will. Also, while rabies is rare for rodents, it is possible for a squirrel to carry rabies. It is also important to understand that rabies can cause squirrels to attack people. The rabies virus can make wild animals that are normally docile become aggressive and territorial. Kinda like in that movie Cujo, but maybe on a little less of a severe space. Number 4. The Duckbilled Platypus. The platypus is among nature's most unlikely animals. In fact, the first scientists to examine a specimen believed they were the victims of a hoax. The animal is best described as a hodgepodge of more familiar species, the duck for its bill and webbed feet, the beaver for its tail, and the otter its fur and body. Platypuses hunt underwater, where they swim gracefully by padding with their front webbed feet and steering with their hind feet and beaver-like tail. Folds of skin cover their eyes and ears to prevent water from entering, and the nostrils close with a watertight seal. In this posture, a platypus can remain submerged for a minute or two and employ its sensitive bill to find food. They are cute in their own way, but never ever be tempted to pick them up, especially the males. Male platypuses have a poison apparatus on their hind legs. There are poison glands in the thighs and a hollow spur near the heel. The sting is not dangerous to humans, but is extremely painful and causes rapid swelling in the stung area. It may also cause increased temperature. For smaller mammals, like dogs, the sting can be fatal. Scientists as of yet haven't figured out the purpose of this poison, so for now, hands off, please. Number 3. Cows. Despite their dopey appearance and delicious taste, cows are deceptively dangerous, because despite everything, they're still a 1,000-pound animal full of hormones and an uninhibited hatred for all of mankind. Cows have been known to trample people to death, and in less serious cases, injure them so severely they spend the rest of their lives breaking into cold sweats every time they pass by a McDonald's. It is an actual true fact that more people die to cows than sharks, and just let that sentence sink in there for a moment. It's just weird to hear a statement that says cow attacks are rare, but they're far more common than shark attacks. Just doesn't match up. The reasons for cow attacks are usually people coming too close to their young, which is understandable, but at the same time, kind of terrifying. Baby cows are cute. It's almost like they specifically evolved to look that way just to send their mothers into a rage-induced gore and trample spree when people try to Instagram them. Number 2. Pelicans. Pelicans are huge birds with an even bigger mouth. Their sheer size alone might make them extremely dangerous animals, but they're not on this list because of a tiny thing like that. Remember that big mouth that I mentioned earlier? Well, they're actually used to scoop up fish, which is their favorite food. Now, did you hear me when I said usually? That's because these birds have seemingly decided to put up a bit of variety in their diet. They've started eating on other birds, whole, while still alive, beaks, wings, feathers, and all. Don't believe me? Then watch this video, it's not for the faint of heart. It all started as a normal day in the park with kids feeding the birds when the solitary pelican of the group decided that breadcrumbs aren't enough for him. Without warning, it scooped up a pigeon into its large mouth and proceeded to swallow it whole. The poor pigeon tried to get away, but to no avail, and this all happened in front of what we should now expect to be extremely traumatized kids. Number 1. Chickens. You think sharks have bloodlust? Wait till I tell you about the humble chicken. Do you know what happens when a chicken or rooster sees blood? Simple. The chicken or rooster will go berserk and peck whatever is bleeding to death. This is actually such a serious problem that back in the 50s they had to fit chickens with tiny sunglasses to stop them from seeing the blood. If that wasn't terrifying enough, chickens will outright attack humans with a bladed weapon. That isn't an overstatement. Have you ever seen a chicken fight? Probably not, because it's illegal in most parts of the world, but believe me when I tell you, if two chickens square off in the middle of a ring, they don't come in unarmed. Sharp knives are always tied to their legs, with their owners hoping that the pet's bloodlust will give them victory in the fight. However, it's not uncommon that these winged samurais will turn against their owner and use the sharpened implements on the poor guy. Well, I say poor guy, but he kinda deserves it in this case. Still don't believe me, the internet is littered with these videos, but I won't be showing them to you because of the gore and also just morality of the situation.